Am I the arsehole for subscribing to a friend's wife's OnlyFans account? Keeping it short, let me know if you need more detail. We're all mid to late 20s. Friend's wife has an OnlyFans account. He knows about it and is fine with it. They need the extra cash as she lost her job and his hours were cut. He found out that I know about her OnlyFans and am subscribed. His feelings are it's different when strangers are looking versus people they know. He wants me to unsubscribe and delete anything I may have. I'm kinda resistant because I mean it's an OnlyFans account, not something private that was leaked or anything. Afike, she doesn't know I'm subscribed, only him. If that matters.
You are the asshole. I get it. She is making herself publicly available and you have every right to subscribe to her content. Doesn't mean you should. I think it's pretty tactless to pay money to see nude photos of your friend's wife. He asked you to stop, and I think that's a reasonable request. You don't have to listen, but don't expect the friendship to continue. It would be just as weird if you knew she was a stripper and went to the club specifically to see her, in my opinion.
You are the asshole. Dude, you could masturbate to anyone in the world and you chose to pay for your friend's wife's pics. Gross. This feels like you taking advantage of the fact they need money. If you wanted to be a good friend, you would have just given them the money.
I mean, I personally find it weird as well, not only fans in general, that's a good source of income, but subscribing to your friend's wife. Sorry, this one is beyond me, so I'd say you are the arsehole, but I realize that this is kind of a, your mileage may vary, question, and there probably will be some people who won't see the issue with it.
You are the asshole. Out of all the OnlyFans accounts out there, you decide to add your friend's wife to the list. Weird. Greater than a fake she doesn't know I'm subscribed, only him. If that matters. How in TF did that happen, lol? You are leaving out if you're actually looking at her profile or not, and you are defending your actions. You are the asshole. You did it and he's now setting a boundary which you are defending and making excuses for. I mean, not the asshole in general, but you are the asshole if you want to remain friends. He asked you to unsub, you refused. I don't see how he could possibly want to remain friends with you after this.
You are the asshole. Your friend told you he wasn't comfortable with your subscription and gave you a solid reason. That should be enough for you to unsubscribe.
Info. Why did you subscribe to her of?
Everyone is saying you are the asshole because why? Because of your friend's feelings. Your friend feeling some kind of way just proves he's not 100% okay with his wife having an OnlyFans account. Are we going to pretend there are zero consequences to this kind of work? He's feeling shame that someone he knows is seeing his wife this way. That sounds like an issue he and his wife need to work out. What do we get told as we post to the internet? Be careful, because once we put something on there it can be there forever and anybody can look at it. P.S. It's still weird and kinda fucked that you'd want to see your friend's wife naked though. Not really a friend thing to do, IMO.
You are the asshole.
You are the asshole. If your friend says that something you're doing is making him uncomfortable, technically I didn't do anything wrong, is not a nice response. Is being subscribed to her account really important to you for some reason? Why not just make your friend feel better? Alternatively, you can always tell the wife and see what she thinks. If she supports your being subscribed, that would certainly make you less of an asshole.
Does OnlyFans pay people to come here and post about it?
Info. How did you find her account?
I'll be the odd one out and say not the asshole. She made it public, who watches is inconsequential. I would have maybe stayed anonymous, because what good can come from her and your friend knowing? And the friend better get used to this new reality. It's unfair to call you out in this situation. Her family could be watching for all they know, it's always possible.
Info. Are you actually looking at her stuff or did you only subscribe to help them out monetarily? I know you mentioned that they're very proud and don't take money from friends.
You are the asshole. As fucked up, strange as it sounds, it's something he has a right on. It is easier to ignore strangers having it, but just knowing your friend is seeking them out, subscribed and watching them without letting the wife know, is a different story. Every time you go over, your friend is plagued with the knowledge that you've seen her naked or whatever happens there. Also the fact that he now has to decide if he can trust you, which I could understand as you are fighting against his wish to be alone with his wife. Again, it is different of strangers who you might never meet versus a friend who he has contact with, comes over. Respect the man's wish, maybe dignity, and delete and unsubscribe.
You for jerking off to your friend's wife, I know, forbidden fruit and all, but it's not what friends do. He for suddenly having standards. If you're okay with your wife selling nudes to weirdos on the internet, you don't get to decide who buys them.
Not the asshole. He had to know it was possible somebody they know, even family, would find it. Keep what you have. Unsubscribe. Then make a new account to subscribe under and don't tell him this time. I personally don't find it creepy. Given how oppressed Americans, who I assume most of Theses posts are from, are sexually, I'm not surprised people are saying it's creepy. But it's not.
Honestly, I am going against the popular here, but I'll give it a nah. She made her stuff available for anyone to find, and the husband knew that he really shouldn't be surprised if someone he knows finds it. That being said, it's reasonable for him to ask you to unsubscribe and terminate your friendship if you don't want to. No assholes, but you should consider if your friendship with him is worth it.
You are the asshole and creepy as hell.
Not the asshole. If his wife wants to do sex work, thisbis what comes with the territory. Also, can't she block you? Why doesn't he take this up with his wife? Y'all. The weirdest part is she doesn't know. It's not up to either of these men to decide if it's weird or not when it's literally her body. I feel like if she knew it was him, it wouldn't be creepy, but the fact that he's secretly getting off to her without her knowledge. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. Appa's almost like a peeping Tom because she doesn't know he's seen her naked and might even get off on that fact. If I'm putting it all out there, he should as well.
Borderline, you are the asshole. I don't think it was asshole-ish of you for subscribing since you didn't know, but you might want to consider if this is the hill you want your friendship to die on. Would she be uncomfortable? I'm curious why you haven't told her.
You are the asshole. That's super weird and your friend has told you he's uncomfortable with it. You're within your rights to ignore him and continue with the subscription, but you will probably lose a friend. You are the asshole. If she turned to prostitution and decided to sell herself and you chose to buy time with her, YWBTA, same concept. You are the asshole. It's fucking weird that you're paying your friend's wife for nudies. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
You are the asshole. Good lord, dude. I get that you found her out on Reddit and didn't know who she was, but be a bro and just unsub.
You are the asshole. The moment you realized it was the wife of your friend, you should have unsubbed. Especially since he is literally telling you to do so. I can only imagine how uncomfortable she would be if she knew. You kinda suck as a friend. How on earth are you comfortable masturbating to what you now know is the wife of your friend? A person you will probably see IRL and interact with. How the hell do you interact with your friend knowing that he knows you jerked off to his wife and want to keep the material? Why would you keep it if you aren't interested in jerking off to the wife of your friend? Are you in a relationship? If you are, that makes you double the R.
You are the asshole. You crossed a line, and you're a bad friend. If I was this guy, I wouldn't want you in my life anymore at all.
You are the asshole and also a fucking creep. I can't believe either of them would be willing to be friends with you after this.
You are the asshole. Lines were definitely crossed there. Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
YTA. Why would you even want pictures of somebody when you know them and their partner are uncomfortable with it?
You are the asshole. Do you want to lose a friend over this? You are the asshole. The fact that you can, and have the right to do something, doesn't mean doing it doesn't make you an ah. It's in such poor taste to specifically go to see your friend's wife naked. If I were them, I wouldn't want you around.
You are the asshole. Either unsubscribe and delete as requested or stop calling this man your friend. You're not wrong to be subscribe, but a key component of healthy friendship is respecting boundaries, and he's told you what he wants.
You are the asshole. This is how you lose a friendship and any respect you might have in your friend group. There's tons of porn out there. You don't need to be subbed to her.
Not necessarily the asshole for the initial subscription, but you've crossed over into you are the asshole territory when you didn't immediately agree to your friend's wishes. It is different than just a random hot stranger, and I think you know this.
You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Oof. There are so many fansonlys that you can subscribe to. You didn't need to do your friend's wife's.
WTF. It's your friend's wife.
Could you please explain how your friend found out you were a subscriber?
Ask the wife how she feels about it, and if she appreciates the business, go for it. If she's weird about it, drop it. And if you don't have the courage to ask the wife, then you need to stop the subscription. If you don't have the balls to ask wife, that would make you tar.
You are the asshole. He's your friend, you should respect his boundaries. His wife is doing something out of desperation or that she feels unnecessary to make money. I do kinky weird stuff for money, too, but I keep it secret and away from my male friends because it would make me very uncomfortable letting them have carnal knowledge of me. Can't explain why, that's where I draw my line at, but I think it's because I want to feel like I still have a little say and control in my crazier side of life. You really should just delete because your friend asked you to, though. That should have been an easy one.
You are the asshole. I get it, but he's not wrong.
You are the asshole not for subscribing to her account but for ignoring your friend's request to unsubscribe. It's a delicate situation and you should take your friend's feelings into account. There are other ways to help someone out financially if you're worried about them. YTA no tits ass or bits about it. You would still be in a hole if he didn't find out, but at least you would be an anonymous a-hole.
You are the asshole. What's your motive? Surely you can just bake them a pie, loan them your car or wire cash if you're keen to support them. Of must take a cut, too.
You're weird. And anyone who has an OnlyFans is a sex worker. It's work. Therefore, there shouldn't be rules or an emotional element to her job like that. This couple isn't cut out for sex work. They are weird also.
Not only are you the asshole, but it's also pathetic that you can't stop perving enough to respect your friend. Paying for this shit is sad in the first place, but you're 100% the asshole for this. Is this really worth a friendship to you?
You are the asshole. Tactless and gross. You seem like a creep.